Hi, I'm Rene with New Beginnings Nutrition. So today we're going to talk about eating seasonally. So it's so important for us to eat our food as to what's available to us where we live. For example, here we're in Canada and we just finished winter. It's very cold here. There's really not too many options for seasonal foods here, unfortunately, in the winter. But we are now in spring and getting close to the summer. So in the spring here, what we have available to us for seasonal vegetables is we have all of our herbs, our fresh herbs. We have tomatoes, we have cucumbers, peppers, asparagus. I think I've covered most of them. Onions, I believe. No, not onions. So what I'm going to do today is I'm going to put most of these foods into a recipe. We're going to make an avocado quinoa salad, and this can be adjusted for whatever is available to you where you live. So the reason that I've picked this cooling salad is that in the winter we eat a lot of root vegetables, so carrots, potatoes, turnips, beets, a lot of soups, a lot of hot foods, stews, and that's normal, especially here in Canada, because we want to warm our bodies. So this is how it's natural for us to eat. Now, as we're getting into spring and into summer, we're going to be eating very differently. So in the summer, we eat a lot of fresh fruits and fresh salads, and a lot more just raw, let's say, celery and carrots and foods like that. In the spring, we want to kind of get our bodies ready for that transition. So from eating so much heavier meals and being more sedentary in the winter, we don't do as much movement for the most part as we do in the summer, especially here in Canada. So we want to get our bodies ready to be outside and moving and having that energy. So we want to kind of detoxify our body in the springtime. Personally, I don't go through an actual detox regime. I have not ever been into those detoxes. However, I do take into consideration that my body has to go through that. So in the morning in the spring, most of the time I'll start my day with juice of half a lemon in some warm water, or some apple cider vinegar in warm water, which gets my body ready for digesting my food and also for detoxing my liver, and just great for digestion altogether. It's also important that we start eating a little bit lighter. So take into consideration that our body has to do much less work when we're eating a little bit lighter. And we're transitioning over to a bit more cold food, so colder salads and things like that, not so heavy. Definitely a lot more fresh produce as well. We also want to take into consideration that if we're eating seasonally, we're going to be eating a lot more locally. So next weekend our farmers markets are opening. Very excited for that. We can go get our food, our produce, especially from the local market, bring it home, and it's still going to be full of nutrients. If you're buying food from other countries and it's going to go through the transportation system before it gets to your table, you're going to lose a lot of nutrients even if you are eating it raw. So take that into consideration when you're planning your meals. So we're going to start with our avocado and quinoa salad. I've pre-cooked my quinoa, so this is about a cup of dry quinoa that's been cooked. Gives me probably a good 3 cups of cooked quinoa. And I've also let it cool. So as I've mentioned in previous clips, is that I usually prepare my grains on the weekend when I meal plan, and then it's ready to go. So for example, I come home, I'm ready to make dinner, my grains are cooked, already cooled down, And really all I have to do is prep my vegetables if I haven't done that, which I haven't, and make my dressing for the final flavor in our salad. So really this is a 5-minute meal if I come home from work and dinner's on the table, and it's going to be delicious and is going to be full of nutrition. So we have our quinoa full of fiber and protein and lots of great stuff in there, vitamins. And we're gonna continue with, oh, I should mention, I have half of a red onion, which also is very detoxifying. We have apple cider vinegar, we're gonna have some lemon, and parsley. All these are very detoxifying, so great for the springtime. So take that into consideration when you're planning your meals. You don't have to be really specific, but you know, take it into consideration. Think about what you're putting into your body and how it's going to make you feel. So we have half of a red onion, and I've chopped it finely before starting this, otherwise I'd be crying nonstop. So half of a red onion, and then I have about half of a cucumber, and I'm going to take some of the peel off. But you know, if it's an organic cucumber, you don't have to be too concerned about what's on the peel. And again, you're going to have so much benefits from the peel. It's going to have so much more nutrients. So take about half of the peel off, because I find it juicier, not so strong, but you could always leave it on. And then I'm just going to cut my vegetables in cubes. So basically, you don't want them too big because you're putting them in a salad, but it doesn't have to be perfect, just bite size so that it blends well. Now this was a pretty big cucumber, so I might not even put the whole half of it. So I would say altogether I probably put about a third of the cucumber. Cucumber, again, very detoxifying. It's great for cleansing your body. It's got great hydration. It's mostly water. And I'm going to do half of a red pepper and half of a green pepper. And again, I don't need to cut them anything specific. If you like them diced, if you prefer your vegetables diced in your salad, diced small, I mean, you definitely can. If you like bigger chunks, cut them in bigger chunks. If peppers aren't seasonal where you live, find out what is seasonal and add it to your salad. And it doesn't have to be quinoa that you're using. You can use brown rice, you can use millet. Just try to find some organic grains and add some fresh vegetables to it. And then we're going to make a dressing to go in it for the added flavor. Oh, goes here. Almost done with the green pepper. Now we're adding tons of vitamins and minerals. And this is all live food, raw live food. So this is what will get the most nutrients out of. We're not cooking the nutrients out of our food here. There we go. That's simple. This is the base of our vegetables. Now I'm going to add some good fats in there. So I'm going to add a whole avocado. cut it in half, take out the pit. Now with the avocado, it has some good fats, and you don't have to be scared of good fats. Our bodies need that. Our brains need good fat. Our hormones need good fats. So all around, this is definitely going to benefit us. There's also lots of vitamins that are fat soluble. So without good fats, we can't absorb these vitamins. So don't cut out the fat. We don't want fat-free diets here. We love our fat. We're not scared of fat, and we make sure to have it a few times a day. So part of each meal, definitely. Okay, so there's our good fat. Now we're going to add some herbs to our salad. So like I said, we have some fresh parsley here. I'll put about a quarter cup of fresh parsley, and I'll chop it up real small. Take out the big stems. And I can't stress enough the importance of having some good sharp knives. If you're going to start enjoying being in the kitchen, believe me, you want to invest in a good set of knives, or a good sharpener for that matter, because they can get dull fairly quickly if you don't take care of them. But without these knives, I promise you I wouldn't be in the kitchen. Oh, I can smell that fresh parsley. So I probably have more than a quarter cup, but if you're not a huge fan of parsley, keep it to a quarter cup. I have probably a bit more than that here, but we love parsley, so we'll enjoy that. And now I have my lovely mint plant that I got for my birthday, and it's doing so well. So I'm gonna just take some leaves off of there, whatever is left, because we've been having a lot of fruit salads. And with our fruit salads, we just add some fresh mint leaves in there. And it just makes the fruit salad so amazingly delicious. It gets into the right taste buds. All right, so I have a handful of mint leaves here. It's not tons. We don't want it to be a minty salad, but it does kind of bring out the other flavors in the salad. And again, it doesn't have to be mint. Kind of play around with your herbs, with what you have available, what's fresh, especially, and what goes well together. So I probably have about a tablespoon of fresh mint here, and we really like the flavor, so I'm not even going to chop it up that small, because I don't mind having bigger chunks of mint in my salad. Okay, so here we have our amazing vegetables, and it's getting ready to be mixed with the quinoa. I cut okay. So we're going to get ready to mix in the vegetables with the quinoa, but first we're going to make the dressing. So this is where all the flavors tying together, is if you have a good dressing that goes well with all the other ingredients. So we're going to start with some good old lemon juice, and if you squeeze your own lemon, you're going to appreciate the flavor so much more. So I'd start with about a 1/4 cup of freshly squeezed lemon juice. So I have an old-fashioned grandma-ish juicer, citrus juicer, and I absolutely love my juicer. So sturdy. So I'm going to do the whole lemon, and I had previously juiced some lemons yesterday for some homemade lemonade for the kids. And yeah, altogether I'll have about a 1/4 cup. I'm just stirring out the seeds out of here. Yeah, so I'll put about a 1/4 cup of lemon juice. It's always nice to have that tart taste, and it's also going to help to keep your avocados from turning brown. Now, one more thing is some more good fats. So I have some extra virgin olive oil, cold press, organic. So about another 1/4 cup of that. And if you want to use different oil, by all means, go ahead and use a different oil. If you have a different vinegars that you want to add in there, switch it up, and you'll still have some great flavors. I'm going to add some apple cider vinegar, about 2 tablespoons of that, for some added flavor. And a little bit of salt and pepper. So I have some good Himalayan sea salt, pink sea salt, and so don't be scared of salt unless you're having some issues which require for you to reduce your salt intake. But salt has all sorts of minerals if you're not buying refined salt. So definitely don't be shy to use a little bit of salt in your cooking. Gives you that added flavor and all those extra minerals. Iodine is one that a lot of people are missing. We see a lot of people with hypothyroid. You can get iodized salt. Add some iodine in your diet too. Now here comes the magic. We've got all of our vegetables. We have our oil, so our dressing, and then we have the quinoa. So we're just going to combine everything. I kind of add the dressing at the end. Might need a little bit less depending on you know, how much vegetables I've chopped while I was chopping. So because I don't often measure and follow too many recipes, I kind of get an idea from recipes, and then I kind of go from that recipe or from several recipes and simplify it. So it might look like I love being in the kitchen and I love cooking and I've been doing it all my life. It's actually the opposite. I have not been cooking all my life. I had to do it because my children needed me to cook whole foods because of certain issues that we've talked about on other clips. And by having to do it, I've learned to tailor it so that I can be in the kitchen and I can enjoy it, but I'm not spending my life in the kitchen. So I'm really in the kitchen right now. Like I said, if I wasn't talking, it would have taken me not even 5 minutes to put this whole recipe together. So here's my simplified version of many recipes that I've looked online, and it looked easy and quick to do if I remove some steps and maybe even remove or change some ingredients. A big spoon to stir it up. Oh, it smells so good already. Now another idea would be to add some beans in here. You could add some home cooked chickpeas in here, black beans, really anything would be great. Grains and beans go well together, and it's really hearty, so you can really enjoy your food and feel full when you're done, but satisfied, and it'll keep you satisfied for a while. You're still having all those raw vegetables, but when you're done eating, you're not feeling like you just ate celery sticks. Oh, it smells so good. So this is dinner today. Don't think I'm gonna put the whole thing of dressing. So I probably put 3/4, maybe a little bit more of it, but I don't want it to be soggy or like a soup. So it's kind of good to take it step by step. And if you don't need it all, you don't need it all. Now here we go. So that you can see the fabulous salad. And don't be shy. It's going to be a hearty salad and tasty. Here, we'll make it look fancy. There you go. So we've got some avocado quinoa salad for dinner today. Seasonal vegetables, very important. We're getting ready for the summer, so eat lighter, enjoy your raw vegetables and your detoxifying foods right now.